What's up, guys? Welcome back to this free mini course. This is part 2 of this 3-part series, and this video we really get into the good stuff as far as outreach methods, tactics and tips that have really helped me land more clients, and how you guys can immediately after watching this video go out and start to do outreach and get your first client. So guys, let's jump right in. So guys, if you have not watched video number 1 already, my name is Luke Alexander. I dropped out of college at 19 years old, had my first $20,000 month less than a year into my journey, and I recently bought myself a BMW and my mom a new car. So before you guys watch this video, if you have not already, go back and watch video 1. It's important in order to watch them. It's important to watch them in order to get the most value from this. So we're going to begin with video number 2. So guys, this video right here is how to get your first client, the strategies and tactics to find and close your first client. So what we learned from this video, obviously how to get your first client, but outreach methods. There are 100 different ways to do outreach. These are my favorite. Sales, before the meeting and during. Once you have someone interested, how do you seal the deal? Closing your first client. Where do you even start, right? So before you can even think about getting your first client, you need to understand something. Assuming you have no experience, aka you're a complete beginner, you need to make sure you can deliver what you're selling. One of the best ways to fail before you even begin is burning a client. So before you guys go out and start selling Facebook ads or SEO or websites or whatever it is that you think you can sell, right? You need to be confident enough that you can deliver at least the minimal of what you're trying to sell. The worst way to do this is to go sell something and not be able to deliver on that and immediately ruin your reputation. So like I said, obviously you have to begin somewhere. Like I wasn't an expert when I started, and you learn along the way. But make sure you feel confident in your ability to deliver, or find someone who can, i.e. a contractor or a specialist, right? So let's say you're selling Facebook ads to local businesses. If you don't know how to run the ads, that's still fine as long as you find someone who does, and then you can pay them their part to fulfill the service, which is what the agency model is anyway. So let's get started. There are 3 main steps in closing a client. Number 1 is develop an offer. Number 2 is the actual outreach. And number 3 is sales and closing in a meeting. So guys, step number 1, let's talk about your offer. So basically all your offer is your service plus benefits equals your offer. And what I mean by that is this. An offer is just a fancy way of saying, what are you trying to sell to a prospect and what do they receive from buying? So as an example, my agency's offer, and take this with a grain of salt, this is very loose. Our offer is a lot better than this when we're selling, but to make it a good example to you guys, our offer is that we help e-commerce and info product businesses scale to 6 and 7 figures using paid traffic, right? And here's a breakdown of this. So our service is paid traffic, Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever. Our offer, the benefit that they receive from buying, is we help them scale to 6 and 7 figures. This is the main thing to remember when crafting your offer, right? You aren't selling Facebook ads. You're selling increased revenue and lower cost per purchase using paid traffic. So you see the difference. Obviously, don't copy that word for word. I know some of you guys will see this and you'll just start sending emails with that in it, but please do not. Basically, what I'm trying to get across, you sell the benefit, you don't sell the... So a good example of this is e-commerce, right? You don't sell mattresses. You sell the best sleep you've ever gotten in your life, waking up fully recharged, right? Able to actually sleep cool, whatever. You're not selling a mattress, you're selling the benefit. The same way goes for your offer. So this is where we really get into the good stuff. This is outreach, guys. This is how you actually go out and get clients. When you're just starting, you'll need to sell your services to prospects. This is called outreach. So guys, when you're first starting off, you don't have people coming to you for business. It's the other way around, which It's just something that you have to do when you're starting out as a beginner, but it teaches you a lot. Some of the most popular methods of outreach are, and I'm sure you guys have all heard of this, are cold calling, cold emailing, cold messaging on social, whatever. Some of my favorite methods of outreach are cold messaging on social and then building relationships, being a real person and not being salesy and just trying to connect with people. So literally some of the best relationships in my life have come from reaching out on Instagram and just trying to deliver value, just trying to help people out. Recently, I connected with a multimillionaire real estate investor, and I'm building a really good relationship with this guy. I literally have hopped on a couple of calls with him just to teach him how to trade stocks because of the downturn in the economy. There's a big advantage there. So I'm providing massive value to him. I haven't sold him anything yet. He hasn't paid me anything yet. But I'm literally building an awesome relationship with somebody that could make me a lot of money down the road and who is a really good person to have in my circle. Second thing, Facebook groups. I literally just closed a $10,000 client, one-time funnel build job from a Facebook group, and it was completely cold. She didn't know who I was before, and after a couple calls, she ended up paying me $5,000 up front and will pay me $5,000 when the project is complete. And then finally, Loom audits. This is something that I got from a mentor of mine, Iman Gadzi. I will show you guys exactly how to do every single one of these. So guys, now I'm literally going to show you step by step a couple of examples of how to find businesses that are good prospects, how to do outreach, how to send Loom audits, and a couple of other things. So let's hop right into my computer. First things first, we need to pick a target. So if you guys watched the first video, I said you need to ready, aim, fire, right? So we need to pick a niche, pick a prospect within that niche. Who are we trying to target? And then what is our offer and how are we going to get it in front of their face, right? So this is going to be a very basic example, but let's say you are selling Facebook ads to chiropractors, okay? So I'm going to near me. Okay, so guys, a couple of things. Oh, this freaking virus. A couple of things. If you notice, I typed in chiropractors near me instead of just chiropractors. It's easier to sell somebody if you can close them in person, especially when you're starting off. I worked with a lot of local businesses. Now I have clients like all over the world, in California, whatever. But when starting off, it's good to go local because you can be there in person and it's a lot easier to close. Secondly, this other tab that I opened is Facebook Ad Library. So if you guys don't know this already, you can get on Facebook Ads Library and look at anybody who has a Facebook page and see if they're running ads or not. If they are running ads, you can see what they are. You can look at their ad copy, their creative, whatever, and decide if they're good or if you can improve upon them. And then the third thing you guys need to do is get this tool right here. So this one, Google Chrome, this is called Facebook Pixel Helper. This shows me if a website has a Facebook pixel installed on it. And I'll show you in a moment why that's important. But these three things are a really good way to go find local businesses to run something like Facebook ads for them, which is what we're doing in this example. So chiropractors near me, what I'm then going to do is I like to look on Google on this little, I don't know what this is called, the Google My Business, whatever. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at reviews. How many reviews do these places have, right? You don't want to work with businesses that are not like high quality, right? You want to work with great business owners. So I only want to find people who have good reviews. Let's just go to this one, right? So do they have a website on here? Good reviews, and I don't see a website, which is not good. So that's something you could sell them as well. They don't even have their Google, my Google business, whatever it's called. They don't even have that connected. So you could contact them. Hey, cold call them, send them an email, whatever. Hey guys, I noticed you didn't have this. I'd love to help you do this, whatever, right? So let's go to a new one. This one right here. So this one actually has a website. So let's pull this up. Okay, so first things first, website is not good at all. So maybe you're selling websites, maybe you're selling Facebook ads, whatever your service is, this is a good prospect for both. And 2 reasons. The website sucks, okay? So they need a new website. You may be able to sell them one. Secondly, if you're looking at this prospect for Facebook ads, like I said, we're going to need this pixel helper. They don't have a pixel installed on their website currently, meaning they're not running Facebook ads. So if you scroll down here more, they've got a video on here. Got a good team, right? Like this is a really nice office. Everything looks really nice except, yeah, they don't even have their social media on here. So everything looks good. They just suck at social media marketing, which is good in your case because that's what you're going to offer them. So I really don't see a way to get in contact with them here. Yeah, so what you could do is just go to Facebook. Living Well Spine Center. Boom, there they are. So guys, now that I'm on their Facebook, I'm going to be able to find hopefully some information of how to get in contact. So, wow, that's awesome. So don't send a message like this. This is bad. I actually reached out to this business last year in March. So you can see what has happened since then with myself and my own agency. This is a terrible message. I'll tell you why this is bad. So I'm trying to get in touch with the owner decision maker if possible. There's nothing enticing in that message, right? There's no reason for them to be interested to tell me who the owner decision maker is, give me their information, whatever. So first off, there's no interest. Secondly, I'm not providing any value at all. I'm not saying, hey, I made this for you or something to pique their interest. I'm literally just asking, and it's a very generic ask, if you will. It's a bad message. So what I would do now that I know what I'm doing, I would go down here to about. So they don't have an email on their website. So what I would do in this case is either send a better message, or I would cold call them when I know they're open or during their office hours. I would call them. I know who's going to pick up the phone. It's going to be a receptionist or someone at the desk, whatever. It's not going to be the decision maker that I need to speak with. So what I'm going to tell that receptionist is, hey, I made something for you guys to send to Dr. whatever his name is, which I would then do more research, find the name of the doctor or the decision maker. I would say, hey, I made a free marketing audit or whatever you want to call it. You don't want to sound spammy, but say, hey, I made this for you guys. I noticed some things on your website that could really, really help you and that can be improved, and I would love to help you do so. There's literally no obligation. Like, this is just free value to you guys. If worst case scenario happens, you get some free tips that can help you make more money immediately, and you never hear from me again. So that's a no obligation, no risk, no downside, only upside message to send to them. So then at that point, the receptionist is either going to give you the contact info of the doctor or the decision maker, they're going to point you in the right direction, or they're just going to tell you no, and then you just go on to the next one, right? So outreach like this is a numbers game. Let me give you another example. So guys, that was very basic, a very basic way of sending a message via social media or whatever. Now I want to add something to that called a Loom audit. So I don't recommend sending them out cold because you can waste your time making a video and nobody will open it. What I suggest and what I found that works best for me is getting in contact somehow, and once you know that they will open a message from you or open something you send them, then you make the cold audit. And let me show you what that is. So let's say we're going to look for, let's pick a business. Let's look at laser tag. Team Combat Dayton. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, so I'm on this laser tag website, whatever. They have Facebook pixels installed. So this is Team Combat Tactical Laser Tag. So now I'm going to see what their ads look like. Team Combat Laser Tag Center right there. Okay, so this is their only ad. And it is not very good. So if I were to reach out to this company, right, their website's great. They have great reviews. They look very, very, very professional, right? So this is a great business, okay? You know they're killing it. And let's not act like this virus thing's happening, because that would greatly impact things. But if we're just looking from, let's say everything's normal in the world, right? I would pull up their social medias, look at them. Maybe, is this her email or a form? Yeah, it's a form. So those don't work as well for me. But what I would do is get in contact. I would either email them, call them, get the contact information of somebody and say, hey, I have something really cool that I would love to send over to you guys. It's helped X amount of other businesses do X amount, whatever your benefit is, make more money, get more customers, whatever. You just need to get your foot in the door, right? So then what you're going to do is you're going to download this software called Loom. I'm currently actually using it to record my screen here, but this icon right here, this is what Loom is. So you can go to Loom. That's what it is. I don't want to mess up my recording, but basically all you want to do when you're making a Loom is a couple of things. First off, it's going to record yourself and it's going to record your screen. So you can literally show them what you're looking at, walk them through what you're seeing from your point of view, and show them how you can help them make more money, which is all business owners care about. So you're going to introduce yourself. Who are you? Very briefly, why should they even listen to you? Like what's your expertise? What have you done? Whatever. That's establishing credibility. Secondly, you're going to set the tone for the Loom video. So you're going to say something like, hey guys, I came across your website. I think your business looks amazing. I've heard a lot of good things about you, but there's a couple things that I noticed that could help you guys improve even more, or maybe even make some more money. So I wanted to make this free video to just deliver some value to you guys and show you exactly what I'm talking about. The worst case scenario is you watch this video and you never hear from me again, and you just get a ton of free value and tips to actually improve your marketing. Best case scenario is we talk more about this, something along those lines, guys. So that's not as polished as a normal Loom I send, because it's just for the sake of example, but you get what I'm saying. You need to explain why you're making the video, what is going to benefit them from it, and things like that. So then once you do so, you want to show them, hey, I know you guys are running Facebook ads, because I can see the pixel here. Absolutely love the website. I really have no critique of the website. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love your guys' social media. But the thing that I noticed that really stood out to me is your Facebook ads. You're only running one ad, and then I would, from that point, tell them why one ad is not as good as it could be. I would then explain what is wrong with this ad. The ad copy is not good. They're not really pushing an offer. It's just like a general text. So definitely someone within the company is running this ad, right? Because a marketer wouldn't run something like this. And then I would say something about the creative. Maybe Facebook will flag it because it's a gun. The creative is not as good as it could be. Like, look how good the content on this is, and then look at the creative on the Facebook ad, right? So I would explain that to them as well. And then what I'm going to do, this is what the whole point of this sort of outreach is. You're selling the meeting, not the service. So I'm saying all this stuff and I'm breaking everything down only to ask for a moment of their time at the end of the call. So I'd say something like, that's basically all I have to show you guys in this short video. Obviously the video is about 5 minutes. I don't want to take too much of your time. But if you guys are interested to learn a little bit more and get some more detail about exactly how we can help you do this, we've helped 100, whatever your number of companies is. We've helped hundreds of other companies do the exact same, and I would love to speak with you more. So if you guys are interested, please just reply to this email, and I will speak soon. So, guys, it's a soft sell of the meeting, not the service. All you need is a couple moments of their time, Obviously, you want to rehash that there's no downside, it's only upside. The worst case scenario is they learn some marketing tips for free. Best case scenario is you can make them a lot more money, and obviously you'll yourself get paid. But that is the essence of what a Loom video should be. I'll try to see if I have one before. I think I actually have a previous YouTube video breaking down how I got my first client. I actually closed $1 million e-commerce brand, fishing e-commerce brand, with a cold Loom video. Closed them, first video, one phone call close, absolutely changed the trajectory of my business, and it was because of exactly what I'm showing you guys now. So that is how you send a Loom video. So guys, that's how you send a Loom video. I actually did this out of order, which is fine, but now I'm gonna show you guys Facebook groups. So guys, now that we are in Facebook, this is a very good method that honestly I have not done for too long. For whatever reason, I stuck with cold audits and email a lot. And then currently I'm running ads for myself. I created a whole case study funnel, but that is not something that you guys need to even worry about yet until you're at $20,000 a month. So for the sake of showing you guys how to go get a client right now, the cold audits or warm audit, if you can get them to open it for sure, and then emailing obviously and just sending messages like that. But this method right here is amazing as well. So on Facebook, and I have my Facebook feed gone so it doesn't distract me if that's something you guys are interested in. But look at all these groups. I'm in a lot of e-commerce, marketing, real estate, and coaching info product groups, right? That's who I work with, right? So I don't know what niche you guys are in. Hopefully you have decided by now, or you have an idea of who you want to work with, whether that be like local businesses like dentists, chiropractors, maybe it's some auto industry stuff, maybe it's gyms, maybe it's real estate, realtors, investors, whatever. Whatever the industry or niche you want to work with, there are Facebook groups for that. So for this example, I'll show you how I get a client for myself. So let's go ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is a massive software. They have millions or I don't even know. There's a ton of people that use it, right? And this group has a lot of really big players inside of it. So people will come up into ClickFunnels all the time and post questions. They need help. Like I said, I just closed a $10,000 deal. I'll throw the screenshot up here, but I closed a $10,000 funnel build from a cold message in a Facebook group, and it was actually this Facebook group. So don't go spam people, right? That's not what I'm saying. But if you can come into a group and start delivering value, you're immediately going to stand out compared to everybody else. You're going to look like an expert. You're going to look like you know what you are talking about, which hopefully you do, and you're providing value to people. People love that, right? So let's see. So there's a lot of people posting value on here, right? This, where'd it go? Like this right here, don't be this guy. Like I can't stand people that do this. Like there's literally no point to this post besides hyping you up, maybe entrepreneur motivation. Like there's no point. Actual value is something like yeah, right here. So somebody's asking a question. So they say, anyone know how to use ClickFunnels Pro Tools, multiple bumps, and the PayPal add-on? So this is ClickFunnels software stuff. So Sajid, whatever this guy's name is, says, yes, I know, and I can also set it up for you. Let's connect. Guarantee you that they DM each other now. And if Saeed or whatever his name is good and he knows what he's doing, how to connect with somebody and give them value, he's going to get in that person's like circle of trust and be able to help them set that up, and then maybe charge them for it, and then maybe sell them on something else. That's what I did. I'll show you my actual message. Okay, guys, so this is my client that I just closed for $10,000. I'll blur her name out and stuff because I don't know if she wants to be known publicly like that. But I literally saw a post that she put in here. I said, hey, Karen, I saw you mention needing help with a funnel. What can I help you with? She says, hi, whatever, breaks down what's going on. Like I'm literally not salesy at all. I literally said, ha ha, in this message. I said, you have somebody already then, sort of. Do you have time to help me this weekend? Whatever. Literally not guaranteed money, nothing. I literally was like, yeah, I'll hop on a call. I'm very good with funnels. I would love to help you. So then I'm asking a little bit more of what's the point, right? So I found out she's an info product owner. She's sort of a coach. She's selling a course, which is who I'm looking to work with. So I know for a fact this is a good prospect for me. So I'm literally being nice, delivering value, and I'm saying, hey, I'd love to talk with you next week about getting a funnel made. It takes a bit to learn how to use and then how to make it work the best. So I totally feel you. Would like to set up a time to speak about what you need and how I can show you some of our work. So guys, sorry the camera just like bugged out. I think it's dying because this video is so long. But the whole point I'm trying to make here is your ideal prospects hang out in these Facebook groups. You can message them, deliver value to them, and get in their good graces, give them free value, help them out, actually be a good person, build a relationship with them, and then you can profit from that. And it's not deceitful. You get paid for the value you bring. So the more value you can bring to people, the more you can help these people, the more money you can make. So that is literally just, that's the Facebook group method. Guys, outreach is this simple. And this is something a lot of people get wrong. And I got wrong. I was sending out cold emails with software to 1 billion different companies a day. Didn't get any results from that, like ever. I think I closed one client from spamming cold emails before. One, and that's it. But since I started prioritizing relationships and delivering value to people, my income has absolutely blown up. So like January, I had my first $20,000 month. February slowed down a lot because I let my pipeline get empty. I also let my foot off the gas. And then we're here in March. I just closed this $10,000 deal, have a ton of other meetings and a bunch of other clients on board as well. And we're guaranteed more payments from the rest of this month. So it might be another $20,000 month. It might be a $30,000 month. And I'm not sending a single cold email, like at all. I send a couple Loom audits, but most of my outreach is just building relationships with high-level people. Obviously, if you guys are starting out, it's harder because you can't immediately go work with people who are killing it. Not saying that it's impossible, but it's hard to work with people who are doing millions of dollars a year when you are not an expert, which you're not when you begin, right? You're not an expert in sales, service, delivery, anything like that, which is totally fine. You have to start somewhere. But the point I'm making is don't just spam people with outreach. Outreach should be personal, and if you do it intentionally and you find who you're actually trying to sell to and your perfect prospect, you're going to make a lot more money, and it's a lot easier. And honestly, it's not a headache. So guys, camera might die, but we're just going to keep going on. So those were some of my favorite methods of outreach and exactly how to do so. So how do you know which method to use? So I have a little exercise for you guys. I want you to write down your ideal prospect, and then, typo, I want you to write down where they hang out online. What I mean by that is, who is your ideal prospect? What niche are they in? What are their interests? What do they like to do? Where do they hang out online? Is that Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, probably not Snapchat, but Facebook groups, you know what I mean? So like I said, social media, LinkedIn. If you know where to find your prospects, you've won half the battle. Guys, all outreach is, especially when you're doing it cold, which means going to people instead of them coming to you, all that you're doing is you're finding your niche. You're finding your prospect, your ideal prospect, right? Who's going to give you money, who's going to say yes, and then you're putting offers in front of their face. That's as simple as it is. So now we are going to get really heavy into the most important thing that I have ever gotten good at, and that is sales. So guys, there are two main types of sales that you will need to learn, and those being before a meeting and during a meeting. So it's two very different things, but it's important that you know both. So guys, this is pre-meeting sales. Pre-meeting sales. Your only goal, and I touched on this a little bit a moment ago, but your only goal is to get a meeting. Everything else is irrelevant. You guys are selling the meeting, not the service. And at the moment you start doing that, your results are going to be so much better. Pre-meeting sales are the combination of outreach and communication between yourself and a prospect. So pre-meeting sales basically falls under anything that goes on between you and a prospect before you get them in a meeting. So you're communicating with them, you're speaking with them, delivering value, whatever it is. That's all categorized as pre-meeting sales until you actually get them on the phone, on a Zoom call, or in person. So, like I said, you have two goals in mind. Get the meeting and then establish yourself as an expert. So before the meeting, if you can establish, hey, we're killing it, our results are amazing, we really, really are good at what we do, it's going to make the meeting that much easier. And it's called setting the tone or setting expectations. So now we're going to get into sales in a meeting. This is it. This is your chance to close them. This is where you can make your money and get your first client. So this is what I call the meeting flow. Okay, this is how meetings should follow. Don't go by this like in stone, right? Go by this just as a general idea of the flow of the meeting. When you're in a meeting, you want to keep the direction of it. You want to stay in control. You don't want to wander off from the path, so to say. You want to keep things going where you want them to go. So the first step is introductions and what I call breaking the ice. So this is the first time you've met them, presumably. So you're going to say hello, you're going to say hi, whatever, break the ice, get them laughing, a little bit of small talk. Don't want to talk about the weather and things like that. You literally just want to break the ice. Number two, you want to set the tone for the meeting. So every first or introductory call that I have with somebody, I immediately set the tone for the meeting. I say, hey, John, this is how meetings usually go for us. I'm going to do X, X, Y, Z, and then we're going to look at this and this and this. And then if that sounds good, I can show you some of what we can do for you. Guys, that line right there absolutely kills it. Sets the tone for the meeting, sets their expectations of how the call will go, and immediately puts me in control of what is happening. Number three, this is the absolute, probably the most important thing, and that is to ask questions, guys. Literally, the whole point of a meeting is to qualify it and see if they're a good candidate for yourself, first off. See if you can actually help them, and then you want to get them speaking as much as possible. Like I said, the more questions you ask, the more they're going to speak out their problems and desires. When you're in sales, the whole point of a meeting is to establish their pain points and their problems. What are they having trouble with? Is that marketing? Are they having a lack of revenue? Are their Facebook ads just like they suck? What is the problem? And then what is the desire that they want? What do they want to be at revenue-wise, right? Where do they want to be compared to where they're at now? That's called future pacing, and you want to sell the dream of where they can be with your service, right? Number five, you have the solution to their problem. So the whole point, like I said, ask questions. Get them to say what their problems are, what their desires are, and then you are the solution to their problems, right? The whole point is to emphasize how painful that thing is. So like, let's say I'm having a meeting with John, who is a real estate agent. So I'm literally going to be asking John, like, hey, John, how many deals have you closed this year? I've only closed like 5 deals. Why do you think that is, John? Another thing, when you guys are in meetings, say their name as much as possible, because names just have like a natural power to them. That's just another tip for you. But I'm going to ask him, I'll be like, John, why are you guys not closing as many meetings? Or my bad, I'm going to say, John, why are you not closing like as many deals as you want? And then he's going to tell me, obviously, he's going to say, well, I'm not getting enough leads. The leads I'm getting suck. I'm paying Zillow for all these leads, and they're not converting. So boom, he just said his problem. Hopefully, I'm in the meeting to sell him like a lead generation service, which is perfect. And then I know where he wants to be. I know what his problem is. So I'm going to say, man, John, that I totally feel you. A lot of our clients actually have the same problem, and I would love to show you how we're able to help solve that and get some leads generated, and show you how high quality they are. And then I'll usually say something like, would that interest you? Like, would you like to learn more about that, John? And of course, he's going to say yes. And then you just present the solution and you close them. So guys, I will make more videos on sales. This video is already ridiculously long, and if I were to go extremely in depth on sales, it would take forever. So guys, that's just a very general overview on sales, in-person sales, pre-meeting sales, whatever. The biggest thing that have helped me are as follows. Whoever talks the most loses. When you're in a meeting, I've found that if you talk more than they do, you usually don't get the close. And that's just a psychological thing, I think. Once you say the price, do not talk first. Please, like whatever you do, do not talk first after you say the price. This is just how sales go. So recently, like I said, that $10,000 deal that I closed, she said, how much is it? I said $10,000 confidently. That's pretty big. That's the biggest one-time job offer I've ever made. I said $10,000 and didn't say a word after that. She paused. There was a moment of silence. She thought about it, and then she said, okay, deal. So if I would have said 10,000 and then I saw her hesitating, whatever, and then I would have said something else, I probably would have lost that deal because she's like, oh, he's not as confident in his price, so he probably doesn't deserve what he's asking for. Also, guys, people know if you are confident in your service or not. Confidence can literally just be seen through speaking. And if you're not confident in your service or what you're offering, you're not ever going to get that deal. And then finally, the whole goal of a sales call is to amplify their pain 100 times over, but be smart about it. You don't want to be a dick to your potential prospects by making their situation or making their skills or their ability just seem terrible. You want to amplify their pain, but you want to be the one to fix it. So guys, this was one of the biggest videos I've ever made. There's so much information that goes into this. I'm going to have to make more videos, but I hope I could give you guys an accurate representation of sales, how to go get your first client, and things like that. So this was the outreach and the technically the sales video in this series. So please continue on to the next video, which is what to do once you close your first client, how to keep scaling, how to use your first client to get more clients, and things of that nature. So guys, I'll see you there.